And picking up where I left off in Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, and expect should be able to wrap up the last of the side stories today. That'd be Yuri's and Natsuki's one. Really curious to know how this goes. I mean, partly because I'm rather fond of the interaction between Yuri and Natsuki in general, and also because of the build-up in the reflection side story featuring Yuri and Monica. I'm sure Yuri put so much thought and care into the whatever letter it is she's writing to Natsuki. So yeah, moving on to self-love. Here we go. Let's see how this goes. Oh yeah, I got a haircut today, or rather, I gave myself a haircut. It's the quarantine look. I did it myself. Just buzz everything. Anyway, no music. That's ominous. It's only been 1 day since Yuri's letter was delivered to Natsuki with Monica's help. Ooh. Oh, the tension. Because Yuri chose not to attend the club meeting that day, she and Natsuki haven't faced each other since. Although it's only lunchtime, Yuri finds herself anxiously counting the hours until she'll need to face the outcome of her efforts, whether good or bad. And because the passing by of students was making her feel even more anxious, Yuri picked up the most secluded spot she could find to spend her lunch. Yeah, it sounds like Yuri. Hey, is where she usually reads, apparently. Because the staircase is under maintenance, no student would have any reason for coming here. Ah, okay. There's a little do not enter sign there, which doesn't actually say do not enter on it. It's just a blank sign, but whatever. It's such a relaxing feeling to have a moment of solitude in the middle of a frantic school day. Oh. Natsuki found it there? Eep? I mean, eep. I have to say it in the Yuri voice. What are you doing here? I just... Yuri grips her book with enough force to wrinkle the pages beneath the pressure of her thumbs. Well, what are you doing here? I just came to get a drink from the vending machine. Oh. A drink? Or... I kind of wonder about the... A lot is made of that one line in Act 2 about Natsuki searching for coins into the vending machine. I wonder if that's something it's actually something she canonically does in Act 1 too, or Act 1 as well. Anyway, moving on. The other one is out of the drink I like. Yuri notices Natsuki fidgeting with a few coins between her fingers. She nods, avoiding eye contact. Natsuki, also looking away, shuffles over to the vending machine. They're not going to mention the note? So quiet that every one of her movements seems to reverberate through the entire stairwell. After far too long, she finally receives her beverage, which she then fidgets with in place of the coins. Aw, she's both nervous. It's some kind of iced tea. But instead of leaving right away, Natsuki just stands in place. She glances all around her. It's like way too quiet back here. It's creepy. I mean, that's not what I meant, really. I mean, it's totally cool that it's your thing, or whatever. Like, I can see how it suits you. So, not because I think you're creepy or something. I didn't mean that either. You know, I'm just gonna stop talking. That seems like a good idea. Natsuki getting all flustered. It's okay. Everything is okay. Yuri finds herself attempting some words of comfort after hearing Natsuki stammer herself into dejection. Seemingly in response, Natsuki approaches the base of the staircase and hesitantly sits herself down near Yuri. Well, I can leave if you want. Yuri shakes her head. Natsuki twists the cap off her drink and takes a sip. Yeah, after their argument from the other day, it's palpable tension. Despite receiving Yuri's general permission, Natsuki doesn't say anything more. Yuri continues to read, or at least pretends to. And the two just sit there for a long time. The tension seems to fade a little bit as time passes. Even without any words, this seems to mean at least something, though it's not clear what that might be. You're not going to mention the note? Lunch ends more quickly than expected. Natsuki's the first to stand up with her empty drink bottle. Are you coming today? To the club? Yeah, that's right, you didn't go yesterday. Yuri nods. I'm sorry for being so awkward. I'm really bad at talking about this stuff. I just can't, for some reason. I don't know why. But I want to. Eventually. There's no rush. I promise. Thanks. It's the next day. Natsuki appears from around the corner and steps up to the vending machine, glancing at Yuri as she does so. Today she seems to be holding some kind of book as well. Oh, you're here again. Well, I just came here to read this, because there aren't any people around here. Oh? I thought you didn't like how quiet it was. Well, I don't, but there's no people here. I see. Yuri doesn't count as a person? Natsuki sits down. The mood feels much different today than it did yesterday. After yesterday's lunch and the club meeting that followed, Natsuki and Yuri are beginning to feel more relaxed around each other again. Although Yuri's letter is still lingering in the back of Natsuki's mind, she continues to detour around it. What did Yuri put in the letter? We don't actually know. You're gonna leave us in suspense, Dan? Oh well. But it's okay that I'm here? Yeah, I don't care. I mostly just don't feel like dealing with the crap I get from my friends about it, and especially since, like, they all just assumed I stopped reading manga after I joined the literature club. Not that I'm trying to hide it from them exactly, but I just don't want it to come up again now, after I've waited so long for this new volume to come out, literally months at this point. You don't have other friends who are into manga? Unless online friends count. And Ciari, but that's different, because she's not exactly into it, she just likes it. You know what I mean? And apparently Natsuki spends a lot of time online too. How about that? It's yet another reference to finding people with shared interests online. Anyway. Honestly, you're lucky that the books you're into at least just look like books, so you don't have to feel like everyone is constantly judging you by what you're reading. That would be so awful. Especially since I already hate attention so much. Well, it's a good thing I have thick skin, I guess. By the way, I would totally recommend finding some friends online if you haven't already, if you're like me and have no one to share your hobbies with. Oh, I have online friends. Since middle school, actually. I was especially desperate back then. It's somewhat embarrassing to reminisce about those days. Sometimes I feel like the me from a few years ago would have benefited from a good smack across the face. Oh, wow. That's, old words. Oh, hey, and I'm here to say is here. You made it. Welcome. You're pretty close to the beginning there. Yeah, Yuri and Natsuki haven't talked about the letter, but they're just sort of awkwardly hanging out together. Anyway. These are bold words from Yuri here. I mean, we already knew that she was sort of in a state of self-loathing, but anyway. Oh, whatever. We were all just stupid kids back then anyway. Some of the fanfics I wrote, thank God I use a pseudonym. But I liked it at the time. I got a lot of fulfillment out of it. And plus, I can look back and say with confidence I've become a better person since then. Hey, and Chemistry Cat's here. Hey, welcome. I have trouble sleeping, so I'm here for this. Cool. Yes, I'm here for Natsuki and Yuri as well. Anytime. Anyway, in a person since then. So I don't think I would change anything. I wonder if a few years from now we'll think the same thing about our current selves. Yeah, see, this is something that Monica was talking about in Act 3. I have a feeling that this is something that Dan Salvato feels strongly about, this whole theme of, looking back with regret on your past self or things that, past you did or what, I don't know, or wondering what future you will think of, will think of your past you. I don't know. Anyway. Just stop talking eternal mood. Yeah, right. But you're right. I don't know yet. We'll find out, I guess. You think the same thing about our current selves? Probably. That doesn't make you uncomfortable? No, of course not. I don't care what other people think of me, especially someone who doesn't exist yet. Alright, here. Natsuki raises her hand to her face and forcefully slaps her own cheek. Let's see her online, yeah. So Yuri said she's Natsuki preemptively slapping herself for the benefit of her future self. That's me from the future coming to terms with me right now. Also, ow, I didn't mean to do it that hard. Yeah, Natsuki doesn't know her own strength. Yuri doesn't seem to react, but then, to Natsuki's surprise, Yuri shyly looks the other way before lifting her arm and doing the same thing to herself, loudly smacking her cheek. She turns red and stares into her lap, but is unable to hide a smile as though it was a really funny joke. Ow, that's what I'm talking about. I didn't know you had it in you. I don't even know I did that. Maybe I thought it would be funny. Sorry, I keep distracting you. You said you were looking forward to reading, but I keep going on about all this nonsense. I'll let you get to your reading. Oh, right. Yeah, I guess I'll do that then. The conversation ends quickly and Natsuki opens her book. The two read silently for the remainder of the lunch hour. But the whole time, Yuri feels distracted by a twist of regret over having so abruptly forced the end of their conversation. Yeah. Side story is so good. My second favorite overall, with Trust Me my favorite. Huh, cool. I was rather fond of the reflection one, the one between Yuri and Monica, just for the kind of overall message that it was conveying about. I mean, there were a couple messages conveyed in that one. One of you are not your feelings, that was, I think that was the really important message that Dan tried to hammer in, and the other one was about how to express opinions, and that it's okay to like different things, and just kind of generally, I mean, it's called reflection because it's all about self-reflection, which is something that a lot of people could use more of. Yeah, I don't know. There are a lot of people in the fandom that could use that kind of self-reflection. Quite frankly, hopefully they get something out of this. But anyway, yeah, I'm curious to see where this goes. You're back? Yeah, I'm here to lay low again. Another day has passed. During lunchtime, Natsuki finds herself having wandered to the stairwell once more. This is actually as cute. I mean, Yuri and Natsuki have apparently taken to habitually hanging out together outside of club. Just the two of them. That's kind of sweet in its own way. Anyway. Hey, did you buy that? Natsuki quickly notices a bottle of iced tea on the staircase where she normally sits. Yuri nods, avoiding eye contact. What? Like for me? But you didn't know I was coming here today. What if I didn't show up? Well, I would have drank it myself, I guess. Yeah, see what I mean? Like I said before, Yuri's thing is giving people gifts. That's her way of showing affection. You know, she gave people books in the other episodes, and now she's giving Natsuki a drink. So, anyway. It was a stupid thing to do. No, it wasn't stupid. I just thought... never mind. What I meant to say is thank you. And that's a really nice gesture. It's okay if you don't feel that way. I do. It was the other things I didn't mean. I swear, please believe me. Yuri pauses and nods. Talking is hard. I get it wrong a lot too. So I believe you. Natsuki exhales in relief. She then sits down next to Yuri and takes a drink. Knowing Yuri, she was probably overthinking it so much that Natsuki's tepid response filled her with self-doubt. I'll do something nice for you next time. Please don't feel obligated. I want to. I want to do nice things too. Okay. Thank you. You can thank me after I figure out how to do something nice. I'll do it then, too. I'll do it then, too. Natsuki sighs. Hmm? Nothing. Just reminds me how I haven't been getting along with my friends lately. Is that why you've been coming here? Well, no, not exactly. I haven't been avoiding them on purpose or anything. They're just other things I'd rather be doing during lunch today. Like, I like being around them when we're all just having fun, but they also just can't take anything seriously. So when I'm, I don't know, feeling serious, and their attitudes just really get on my nerves. It's only gotten worse ever since I joined the literature club. How come? I don't know. I feel like I used to be really good with just putting up with it because it'd be so stupid to cause drama over a joke I didn't like or something. But I just have a hard time doing that lately. But it's my fault for being overly sensitive. If I have a problem, I'm not going to demand for everyone around me to change. But yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. Monica and Sayuri really don't agree with that kind of thing. But they're not in my position, so it's easy for them to say that you should just communicate your feelings or whatever, but it's not like my friend group does that kind of thing. I would just be making an embarrassment of myself. I'm sorry, none of this has anything to do with you. I don't know why I'm talking about it. It's okay. I like listening. Natsuki says that a few times in the base game too, like I don't know why I'm talking about this. I just felt like complaining. Like she has to justify talking about things. That's part of her insecurities, I guess. Anyway, moving on. What? Listening to other people's problems? Yes. That's weird. Sorry. I just like learning about people. Do you think it's weird? No, that's not weird. I probably just misunderstood, so I don't know. Does that mean I should keep going? If you'd like. Okay. Well, I don't know what to talk about now. What are some things that you like about your friends? Well, a lot of things. I mean, they're really fun to hang out with, like after school and on the weekends, and they really like my baking, and it's fun to complain about school together. They make me laugh a lot. We have a lot of good memories and inside jokes. Oh, I'm bad at a lot of those things. That's Yuri, all right. So, are those all things that are important to you? Oh. Yuri. Yeah, Yuri was hoping to get in with Natsuki's good graces here. Hoping to find out what's important to her. I'm pretty sure Yuri got nothing out of smacking herself, but did it solely to relate to Natsuki and probably to make her laugh. Yeah. Well, kind of. They're not things I need to get out of everybody. Everyone in the club is really different from that, but I'm still friends with them too. Well, Sayuri really likes your baking, and she makes you laugh, and she complains a lot. That doesn't mean she's anything like my other friends. Well, unlike them, she's a nice person who cares about your feelings. Excuse me? How about you don't talk that way about my friends that you don't know anything about? Yeah, seriously. That was a bit presumptuous of Yuri to say that. Natsuki stands up. No, wait. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I didn't want to say something bad. Please don't leave. Please don't leave. She doesn't want Natsuki to leave. Natsuki sighs and shakes her head. It's fine. As long as you understand that you can't just judge people like that. I'm sorry. Natsuki sits back down. You can't just compare friends like that and, measure who's better than who. Everyone is different. I'm sorry. I just don't like people who want to hurt you. That's very confirmed. Did Natsuki actually say that her friends hurt her, though? Yeah. Yeah, Affliction is so strong as a piece of the full story, even if it isn't the best as a Yuri manga story. They could have made the connection of manga inserting yourself into other problems clear. Yeah, true. It's okay. I mean, I don't know. It came across to me well enough, I think. Anyway, moving on. moment of silence stretches between them. They don't want to hurt me. We just like to tease each other about stupid things. It's fun. I don't like that. Well, that's why I'm friends with them and you're not. You like it? Just don't worry so much about me. It's not worth it. Oh. I'm sorry. It's the 4th time she said I'm sorry. Such quick succession. I wish I knew how to help with social conflicts, like how Monica can. She's good at these things. Not really. After the conflict between Monica and Natsuki, I don't know. Also, I don't always want help. Sometimes it's just stuff I have to deal with myself. That's what Monica and Sarah never seem to understand. Sometimes all you do is look at them wrong and they're all like, what's wrong? Is everything okay? Butter iced tea, yeah. I just want to mind my own business sometimes and decide myself I want to talk about these things. The only one who understands that is you. Oh. Crap. Crap. Trying to click on the history button here. I got a new mouse. It's too sensitive. Try adjusting the sensitivity levels. I'm still getting used to it. Sorry. I'm in business and I want to talk about this thing. So you really shouldn't be so hard on yourself. You're not as bad as you think. Oh. You don't need to reassure me or anything. I mean that. Plus, it makes sense that someone who doesn't talk a lot would make a good listener. Thank you. You're also nice. That's funny. You're trying to awkwardly give a compliment. It's really hard for me. It doesn't come naturally at all. It's so weird because I always thought of myself as someone who can just say whatever's on my mind, but I feel like that only works when I'm annoyed or upset or I want to say something mean. Why am I like that? You don't have to answer that. I'm just talking to myself. Yuri nods and remains silent. Natsuki notices her fidgeting with the pages of her book. Yuri's love language doesn't speak. Yeah, exactly. How come you like reading so much? Oh, well, a lot of reasons. But I just get sucked into it so easily. It's so immersive, like I want to be a part of it. I think there are a lot of things about people in real life that make me feel uncomfortable and frustrated, especially when it comes to following social conventions and group interactions. I don't really understand it, and I have no real desire to participate. But it's different with books. It feels like I always want to be around the characters. I feel such a strong emotional connection with them in ways that I've never felt with real people. So, in that way, they can sometimes feel more real than real life. Talking about reality and real life again in a meta-fictional context. Really? Is that hard for you to be around people, like, all the time? Fairly often, especially in group settings. When people are making all kinds of conversation and saying jokes and all of that, I don't know what to do, and I just disengage. Now, that doesn't get lonely? I don't think so. I can still enjoy spending time with people one-on-one, and I have online friends too, of course. Do you ever wish you could be friends with the characters in your books? All the time. Sometimes so badly that it makes my heart ache. You're to say, oh, I never made that connection with gift-giving being Yuri's way of showing affection. That's cute. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, she isn't especially good with words, so she just tries to find other ways to show affection. Yeah. Sometimes the gift is a poem. Anyway. Moving on. Yeah. Me too. Really? A lot. Ooh. Some vulnerability from Natsuki, perhaps? Like, more than anything. After Natsuki mutters that, silence fills the stairwell once more, but it's a mutual silence, one full of understanding. Oh, wow, okay. Alright, on to part 2. Yuri wants to be important to Natsuki. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there seems to still be a considerable delay between, like, the stream and the chat here. Oh, well. Hey. Oh, hello. I almost thought you weren't coming today. Yeah, well, lunch is already more than halfway over. Natsuki had typically been meeting Yuri in the stairwell much earlier, since it had been a good way of dodging her friends when she didn't feel like seeing them. Today, she's holding a large plastic container in both hands. I ran to my friends, so I hung out with them for a while. Is that so? Yeah. I was in a good mood today, so I figured I should. I hadn't seen them in a while, which I had to come up with an excuse for, but I expected that. Plus, I have way more of these that I know what to do with, so I figured I would share with them too. As she sits down, Natsuki opens the lid of her container. You made cupcakes. You know it. It's been a while at this point, so I figured it was about time again. You can take one if you want. Yuri takes a cupcake and carefully twirls it between her fingers. It's brown with dark green frosting, immaculately shaped into a floral pattern and topped with some kind of glittery powder. Green frosting. How pretty. I just ate, so I may not be able to finish it. Are they for the club? Yeah, I guess so. Didn't really think about it, I just made them. Ah. I just thought that because green is Maka's favorite color, right? I was thinking that. Well, yeah, but it's not really. Yuri takes a small bite. This is green tea flavored. Huh? I love green tea. Oh, do you? Did Natsuki know that? It was just a random idea I wanted to try, so... Don't laugh at me. Cute expression. I'm not. I just felt happy. Oh, sorry. Usually when... Never mind. What I mean is that I'm glad. Sorry for saying dumb things again. I just want to do something nice. And this is something I happen to be good at. And I do know that you like them from past experience. Yuri turns red, recalling the time she treated herself rather generously to Natsuki's cupcakes. Yeah. Ironically, her mouth is too full of cupcake for her to stammer an excuse, so she just settles for a disapproving look. How'd you get into baking? Oh, well, I don't know. It kind of just always appealed to me. Well, a few years ago, I read this one manga with a lot of baking, so I got, like, super into it for a while. I was probably making stuff almost every day, but it's something I always knew I liked anyway. It's like baking is like art. When you get good at it, it gets more delicious, too. Yeah. What do you know? Natsuki just admitted that the manga was what inspired her to get into baking. She didn't want to admit that to MC in the base game. I'm struggling to imagine myself putting my heart into something so artistic, knowing that it would just be eaten afterwards. Yeah, maybe you're too practical for it. I think I prefer to be on the receiving end. Is that a euphemism, Yuri? Sorry. Yeah, that's my other favorite part about it. Something I can do that makes a lot of people happy, like unconditionally. Everyone is always so thankful. In that moment, you get to be like the bringer of joy. I don't know, it just makes me feel valued. Yeah, I guess that. So you were able to make up with your friends today? Huh? There wasn't really anything to make up with them about. We weren't fighting or anything. You weren't? Maybe I misunderstood. It only turns into a fight if I lose my cool, and that's just unnecessary drama. It only makes things worse. Your friends hurting your feelings in a roundabout Natsuki way, and Yuri caught on. Yeah, she did. It's true. Yeah, she didn't say it directly. But, Anyway, so they're not going to stop. I mean, it only happens sometimes anyway. It's just the way they are. I'm the only one who ever has a problem with it. It's not worth it. Especially since I have to have somewhere to go now when I don't feel like hanging out with them. Oh, I see. Cupcake's empty foil wrapper audibly crinkles as Yuri clenches a fist. I'm glad that the situation is resolved, and that you don't have to avoid them anymore. Is Yuri sad that Natsuki's gonna go, but she's not gonna, but she doesn't want to keep her from her friends? Yeah, me too. And I don't have to bother you during your alone time anymore. I'm sure you have a lot of reading to catch up on. Yeah. I know that cupcakes are basically nothing compared to all the stuff you've done for me. That's the best I can do. So, you can have the rest of them. Natsuki grabs the box and slides it over to Yuri's feet. Yuri stares at the box, then she shakes her head and slides them back. You should save them for your other friends. But I made them for you. Aww. Natsuki's voice whines as she protests. I know. And I like them very much, exactly as you thought. You succeeded. But I know you care about making your other friends happy too. And if this is the way you know how to make that happen, then I'm not going to take it from you. No, they were for making you happy. You make me happy. You're worth more than cupcakes to some people. Aww. This is not Yuri getting all fierce about her. Her determination to express affection to Natsuki here. That's why they want to spend time with you and be your friend. Without warning, tears pour from Natsuki's eyes. She pulls her knees to her chest and starts sobbing into her arms. Natsuki, I'm such a bad person. Yuri stammers, feeling panicked. I didn't mean to say something bad. Natsuki shakes her head and wipes her eyes. You didn't. Natsuki tries to choke back her sobs but struggles to speak through them. I just really hate myself sometimes, and I feel so wrong when you say those nice things to me, like I don't deserve it. I'm sorry. No, I am. I'm so difficult, and I can't think of even a single thing about myself that somebody would like. And I hate myself for bothering you during lunch, and I just thought it was my chance to be a good person, like to be nice and do the things you wrote about in the letter. I knew if I tried in the club, sorry, a manga would be super annoying and make a huge deal out of it. You know, I think a lot of those negative things too, about myself. I never felt like a good person. I always scrutinize everything I say, and later I feel like I said all the wrong things. And I just spend so much time thinking about myself, hating myself, and feeling like everyone else must hate me too. So, I understand some of that through my own experience. And that's why I wanted to write a letter and express my feelings. It pained me to see those things in someone else that I saw in myself. Natsuki sniffles. Yuri rustles through her bag and pulls out some tissues, then hands them to Natsuki. Monica told me that it takes a good person to reflect on these things. The desire to improve yourself. That makes you a good person, so don't worry so much. Also, there are things about you that people would like, so... Like, what? Like how you're fun for people to be around? And you're not shy, and you know how to make people laugh. And you're very passionate about things, and you know how to take the lead. And you care a lot about other people. And just a lot of things. Oh. You're making me feel really embarrassed. You say, of course she doesn't like it. She mentioned not wanting everyone else to change over one thing that upset her. She probably doesn't think she's worth bringing it up and potentially causing problems. Moving on. Well, you're the one who asked. And don't you think I feel embarrassed? Natsuki tries to hide a smile, and then she sighs as it fades again. Every time I come here, I always think it's the last time, but then I keep coming back for some reason. Is that bad? Just really confusing. I mean, my friends and I go way back, so ditching them all the time feels like, I don't know. Feels like what? Natsuki's voice gets quiet. Maybe I'm scared that they'll get mad at me. I really don't know what to do. She pauses. Yuri stares into the distance, tracing her eyes along the patterns of the floor tiles while she thinks to herself. What would you do, hypothetically, if your friends were happy for you instead of mad at you? Happy for what? Happy that your new club is making you happy? Well, that's just not a fair hypothetical. It's what I said about Natsuki not always using simple words. That's not a fair hypothetical. It's kind of a funny phrase for Natsuki to use. Although Yuri used the word hypothetically first, I guess. A bit showing why Yuri and Natsuki are better for each other than Monika and Sayori are to them, and Sayori and Monika being a dynamic duo. Side Story is really pushing those ships. Yeah. Natsuki says that, but with little confidence in her voice. I always told myself that I don't rely on the approval of others to be happy, and I still feel that way, but I'm spending time with people who put me down whenever I don't have their approval. That's probably what's making me feel so confused, because I'm threatened out of the things that should make me happy. So no matter what, it's like I have to be unhappy to be happy. It's making my head hurt. That must make it really difficult to feel comfortable with yourself. There's something else I was going to say. Shoot, it'll come back to me. Being made to feel like you're wrong just for being the person you are. It really goes against everything I believe in, doesn't it? Goes against the kind of person I want to be. I'm fed up with it. I'm fed up with a lot of things. Natsuki presses her palms into her forehead and shakes her head. I'm all for it, yeah. Okay, me with all four of them, I'm in the same way when it comes to disengaging in a group setting. The only difference is that it does get lonely for me. I wish I had friends as close as they all were. Yeah, it's it's funny you say friends as close as they all are. The funny thing about that is, like, in the original game, they actually weren't that close friends. I mean, Monika even says, she makes a remark in Act 3 that she wishes they'd had a chance to see each other outside of the club, but they never got that close. So, like, the side stories is kind of like what they could have been if things hadn't gotten so messed up. Like, if, I don't know, if MC hadn't showed up, or if Monika had become self-aware, perhaps. Yeah, I don't know. It's basically I guess Dan just wanted to write the most wholesome stories he could think of involving these characters. You know, she guessed green tea as Sayori's favorite ice cream. Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember now. Yes, thanks for the reminder. The green tea thing, yeah. That's how Natsuki downplayed her cupcakes before Yuri expressed how much she loves green tea. Anyway. Natsuki presses her palms into her forehead and shakes her head. I know what's best for me, but I keep convincing myself out of it. It's so much easier to be comfortably unhappy than it is to do something so scary. Did that music just stutter? That was weird. I noticed that euphemism. But yeah. I was gonna say, like, change is scary. it is easy to get stuck doing something you don't like. I mean, take that from someone who stayed working at Walmart for many more years than he intended to. Isn't asleep? I had to screenshot it. Yeah, on the receiving end, she probably. Oh no, she means on the receiving end of cupcakes, obviously. Cupcake speech spoke to me, especially the bringer of joy part. But I bake cupcakes too, and I feel the same way. But somebody said for other little character details, ideas for fanfic writers. Yeah, there you go. You're being on the receiving end of the cupcake or something. Anyway, here's his MC. It's not like I made them for you or anything, Yuri. I made them for you. Yeah. Yeah, she's a lot more open talking about her feelings and stuff with Yuri than she was with MC. You make me happy. Tell me that wasn't the moment Natsuri became canon, or at least 2 steps away from being canon. Yeah. And hearing Natsuki tear herself down like that hits way too close to home, especially when she said she can't think of anything anyone would like about her. Yeah. That's a rough bit of self-deprecation there. And hey, Nafton's here. Can you just stop by for a second? Hi, nice to meet you. I gotta leave now. Bye, Mr. Nice. Okay. Easy come, easy go, I guess. Believers, 1,000 times easier to stay put where you're not happy than venture out and change things to make yourself happier. Yeah, it's true. It's hard to get that motivation to get out of a bad situation like that. Sometimes things have to be really bad. And another thing that makes it difficult is, as my brother once put it, unpredictability is addictive. When things are sometimes good and sometimes bad, if you don't know what to expect, that's it makes it harder to leave the bad situation. It's it might be might explain some people's addiction to gambling too, for that matter. But yeah, the implication here is that the time that Natsuki spends with her friends isn't bad most of the time, but periodically they'll say something really judgmental about her, and it just and it's like one of those things that just kind of makes her wonder why she sticks around with them. Anyway, moving on. So much easier to be comfortably unhappy than it is to do something so scary. To do what? To end it. With them? Must be nuts. I didn't think you were actively considering that as an option. I wasn't until recently. It's just one of those things where, it's been a certain way for so long that you just get used to it. So much of you has gone into it, so much that feels like that's just how your life is. Aha, the sunken cost fallacy. You spent so much time there, it's just difficult to leave. Yeah, I felt that way about the working as a moderator for the DDLC mods thing, for that matter. Yeah, sort of feel like I felt like I couldn't leave unless I had something to replace it with, I guess. Because it did fill some kind of void somewhere. Oh well. Moving on. And throwing it away is like throwing away such a big part of your life. Makes me feel sick to think about. Natsuki sighs. It's just really scary. It's terrifying. What are you scared of? I don't know. A lot of things. Like being alone. Not having anyone to talk to or hang out with. Not being able to replace what I have with them. Yeah, see what I mean? Yeah, feeling the need to have something to fill the void. Like that's when something uncomfortably toxic is such a big part of your life, that it fills so much of it. That's part of what makes it harder. Like that need to have something to take its place, which is, you know, just why like things like rebound relationships happen, for instance. Anyway, moving on. That's a whole other topic. And I don't want them to hate me, and I'm scared they'll hurt me for going against them. Physically. Not physically, but... Yuri clenches her fists. Natsuki? What? If anyone even thinks to cause you harm, I will unleash hell upon them. Oh, wow. You're getting all protective. Aww. Natsuki snorts in laughter. Don't laugh at me. Sorry, I like that. That's all. Oh. Well, I meant it. I know you did. Natsuki gives Yuri an endearing look. Trying to imagine what Yuri would Yuri do to them. Yeah, Natsuki's the only person Yuri goes obsessive mode over in side stories. Natsuri is so close to being canonized here. Yeah. I needed it. As the conversation lapses, Natsuki again slides her box of cupcakes over to Yuri. Just take them, okay? I don't want other people to have them anymore. Are you sure? Natsuki nods. I'm sure. I will then. I'll enjoy them. Natsuki looks away, but a feeling of warmth spreads through her. She holds on to that feeling, knowing it will give her courage. Ah, you're here first today. And you brought reading material. Why is Natsuki looking so standoffish and uncomfortable here? Natsuki is sitting in her usual spot, this time holding a volume of manga while her lunch sits beside her. Yuri sits down as well and opens her own book. It sucks when a good series has to come to an end. Like, such a big part of your life, and then one day there's just nothing left. Uh-oh. Is this some meta commentary here? Is Dan putting this in because this is the last side story of the new content? Makes you feel so empty. Unfortunately, I'm about to experience that myself. I'm on the last book of this series. Yeah, to be honest, I've been feeling a bit of that even since I began reading the side stories, funnily enough. Like, I don't know. This DDLC Plus thing is giving me weird feelings I'm still processing. Like, there's this weird nostalgic feeling when as soon as it opened up with Trust and that whole montage of backgrounds and stuff and the new music. And there's just this, right from the beginning, there's already a feeling of, oh, I don't want this to end. But I know that it's not a heck of a lot of content. I mean, there's only 6 side stories. Yeah. I don't think we want to know what you do. Yeah. It's love. That warm feeling is literally love. The care and love that Yuri's shown her in that moment is making her believe that she's worthy of being cared for. Oh, hey! And Money-chan Dashing is here. This is not the last side story, actually, but the real last one is like 10 minutes long. Okay. Well, guess I'll find that out soon. Yeah, I should give her courage to leave her toxic friendships. Yeah, that's what I'm sort of how I'm expecting this to go. Like, that talking to Yuri is going to give her the, give her the courage or the self-respect or whatever it is that she needs to leave her so-called friends. Anyway, moving on. Unfortunately, I'm about to experience that myself. I'm on the last book of the series. That sucks. but there's also something satisfying about letting a story conclude. I don't know if I'd want it to go on forever. That's true. That's true. Having spent some time in, I've kind of commented on this before. Spending time in the DDLC modding community and seeing all the people's ascended fan fiction. Some people don't wrap things up when they should. Like, they come to a spot where it looks like this is a comfortable ending point, and then they just go on, and it's like, ending fatigue sets in. Anyway, moving on. Maybe, but there's some things that I wish could. On the other hand, have you ever read something that overstayed its welcome? There you go. Yeah, definitely. I can think of at least one thing I've read that got pretty unbearable like halfway through, and the ending really sucked. So it sucks when something good has to end, but it also sucks when they just keep inventing more plot until you don't like it anymore. Guess it sucks either way. Well, that's the nature of all things. They come to an end. The two fall silent. They slowly eat while making their way through their respective reading material. Except Natsuki doesn't seem to be touching her food at all. You don't go out during the weekends, right? Excuse me? Like, with friends at the mall or downtown or whatever? I'm not a total shut-in, you know. Oh, my bad for making assumptions. Well, I'm sure I go out less often than other people, like you and the others in the club. I don't really meet with friends and arbitrarily spend time like that. I'm usually meeting with my board game group. Whoa! What? Yuri, really? Not only she's into tabletop games, and she has a group that she meets with? This is new. This is new news here. This is interesting. It's a more fan fiction material. Interesting. Board game group. It doesn't matter. It's just more nerdy stuff. Huh. Well, isn't that interesting? I mean, Yuri did make that comment about she was hoping to meet fantasy geeks in the literature club, and I thought that was a kind of a funny thing for Yuri to say, because I'm like, does Yuri see herself as a geek? I thought that she saw herself as this sophisticated, person who's into high-minded literature and stuff like that. Referring to herself as a geek or a nerd seems like, it doesn't seem like something she would say. Like, I'm not saying she doesn't have nerdy tendencies or anything, but being into tabletop games and nerdy stuff, this is interesting. Is she gonna try to get Natsuki into it? That would be freaking adorable. And it's also very interesting that, well, I hate to say it, but it does make Yuri a little hypocritical in condemning Natsuki's love of manga, saying that it's immature, when Yuri is into playing games. Not that I'm saying play games is immature, but I mean, I play lots of games, but there's a weird bit of selective tastes going on there, Yuri. Yeah. I wish we elaborate more on the board game group. I would have loved to hear her ramble about her best experiences there. Yeah, this is like out of all of DDLC, this is the first Yuri has mentioned anything to do with anything related to spending time with other people. And it's a board game group that she apparently meets with regularly, and they talk about nerdy stuff. Like, what? Like, this is coming right the heck out of nowhere. Anyway, moving on. Why do you ask, anyway? I was just curious. I just realized that I couldn't picture it, so I was just curious. Yuri looks at Natsuki and realizes that she's shaking. Don't look at me like that. Sorry. Natsuki pulls her knees into her chest and puts her head down. I can't take this. Did I do something wrong? Did I do something? Yuri gets flustered in her mind, racing over what she may have said or done. I did. I ended it. I texted them earlier, telling them. And then I just blocked them because I'm so afraid of their responses. And now it feels like I'm dying inside. Oh, that's... I'm sorry. Totally unsure of what to do, Yuri can barely find any words of support to offer. Meanwhile, the sound of Natsuki's unusually hard breathing fills the air. Then she speaks again, barely above her whisper. Help me. I feel sick and I want to hit my head against things. Please help, I can't take this. You may be having a panic attack. With that realization, Yuri's demeanor suddenly changes. Yeah, I mean, Yuri would know about panic attacks, right? I mean, I made that comment during the understanding side story about panic attacks. That feeling of I can't with I must, and I guess Natsuki's experiencing kind of breakdown of her conflicting values. Seeing so powerful, Natsuki's allegory for ending her friendship, but it's also saying it's okay for DDLC Plus to be an ending for the girl's story. So good and bittersweet, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, damn it. That's exactly what it is, though. The Natsuki ending her friendship is an allegory for ending things with DDLC. Yeah, I mean, I can totally understand Dan wanting to make something like that because, as I said before, you know, he never expected DDLC to blow up like it did. He probably gets people hammering him with requests for more content constantly, and I'll bet it weighs on him. I don't think he really wanted to make more. So yeah, sending this message out that hey, it's okay for it to end, is probably something he really wanted to get out. The scene of Yuri comforting Natsuki through a panic attack so cathartic after years of so much fan content, having one of them help the other through them. I remember my chest feeling like it was collapsing in itself. It was probably one of the most painful things I ever experienced. At least Natsuki has Yuri there to help her. No one should have to go through those alone. Yeah. With that realization, Yuri's demeanor suddenly changes. I have experience with this, so I'll help you through it, okay? Natsuki meekly nods through her rapid breath, head still buried in her knees. Yuri slides herself over to Natsuki and sits on the step behind her. She then puts her hands on Natsuki's shoulders. Can you feel my hands? Natsuki nods. Her shaking becomes much more apparent through Yuri's sense of touch. She's trying to help her help ground herself in tactile stimulation. Yuri keeps her voice low and gentle. You're safe right now. You're in a good and safe place, where nothing can hurt you. Natsuki nods once more. Although Yuri is only touching Natsuki's shoulders, she can practically feel her racing pulse through the base of her neck. We'll do a breathing exercise together. All you have to do is listen to my breaths and breathe along with me. Let's breathe in now. Yuri takes a deep, slow breath. Beneath her hands, she feels Natsuki's shoulders rise as Natsuki takes a breath of her own, trying to mimic Yuri. They exhale together, although Natsuki's breath shakes on the way out. And that's good. Let's keep going. Yuri breathes in once more, and Natsuki joins her. They continue like that for a few more cycles while Yuri closely monitors. Eventually, Yuri feels Natsuki rest more of her weight into Yuri's palms. Let's focus on the physical world. So Yuri, tracing patterns in the environment is a mental stim. I've done that. Tracing patterns in the environment is a mental stim? I'm not sure what you mean by tracing patterns in the environment. Like tracing with her fingers, or I don't know. I'm trying to think of it. Were there examples of her doing that in this? I don't recall. Also, welcome back, Afton. I see you there. Anyway, but yeah, breathing exercises, very helpful for dealing with like emotional stress, because your breath is always there with you. Something I read about in one of my self-help books, and just like focusing on the sensation of the breath, focusing on bodily sensations. It's one of those things that helps divert away from the feedback loops in the mind that perpetuate anxiety or depression, or any negative emotions, really. Providing that sort of distraction from what's going on in your head. By just physically grounding yourself, being aware of physical sensations, even if it's even if it's just your breath, even if it's like, you know, any like solid surface around you, or internal bodily sensations, or it's good stuff. Like looking at lines around tiles, not touching them, but just looking. Right. Oh yeah. Yeah, it did say she did that. Yeah. I do it often when I'm along cards with the passage. Yeah. You know what? I've done that. I never really thought of it as a mental stim. But yeah. Building hills and buildings, not floor tiles like Yuri did. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Yeah. I haven't. I can't say I've done that consciously exactly, but I guess I have done that. Huh. Interesting. Anyway, moving on. Let's focus on the physical world. All you have to do is focus on the feeling of your breaths going in and out, and the weight of my hands on your shoulders. You're in a safe and comfortable physical space. Minutes pass in silence. By now the worst of it is past, but Yuri's determined not to move away until Natsuki prompts her to. Meanwhile, Natsuki has lifted her head off her knees and her breathing is mostly steadied. Then she takes a final deep breath and slowly pulls herself to her feet, causing Yuri to let go. She stretches her arms. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to freak out. I don't know what my deal is. You don't have to apologize. This must be enormously stressful for you. Is that going to keep happening? It may, or it may not. We can take measures to help prevent it in the future, but I think it will naturally get better over time. Natsuki motions to sit back down again, so Yuri moves over. It has parallels with the understanding scene where Yuri had her breakdown, and Siri came and gave her a hug from behind, and whispering to her that it's okay and that she understands and so on. Anyway, Natsuki motions to sit back down, so Yuri moves over. Yuri turns away to pick up her open book from the dusty floor, which she had hastily set down earlier. She brushes the dust off the cover. I don't think I could have gotten through that alone. You're not alone. Feeling shy again, Yuri speaks into her own lap. From now on, you don't have to do anything alone. As she says that, Yuri tenses up. It's rare for her to so openly share her thoughts, but something about Natsuki, of all people, makes it feel so much more natural to do so. Perhaps because, like Yuri, Natsuki is so timid and uncertain of herself. Natsuki does such a good job at hiding it that it's taken a long time for Yuri to finally realize it. And because of that, Yuri is able to deliver the reassurance that she herself would have wanted, demonstrating that you deserve the love of others. If you can accept that for the first time, then perhaps you can begin the tumultuous journey of learning to love yourself. Oh, that's cute. Do you really mean that? You're probably going to regret saying that if you do. How so? Because I'm probably going to have a lot of free time during the weekends from now on. So you're giving me permission to be as annoying as I want and drag you around to a lot of places. I see. But you already said it, so you can't take it back now. It's it's funny. I'm sorry. It's just I just find it funny when parallels between Dan's writing and my own writing come up, because Natsuki used that line in Storm when Yuri said something nice about her, and Natsuki's like, no, you can't take it back. Oh no, I just noticed that Yuri has the hair clip on the wrong side. No. Or maybe the image is flipped, except that Natsuki's hair goes that way, so I don't know. Maybe Yuri does have hair clips on both sides. I kind of like the image of her just having one. I don't know. No official art for the game has hair clips on both sides. You only ever see one side or the other. So the ones where you can see it on the other side, like normally it's on the left side, her like audience right, her left. Now it's on her right side here. Yeah, I don't know. Usually I can just brush it off as, oh, well, they probably just flipped the art, same as they flipped Sayori's bow that one time. Yeah, sorry. From now on, you don't have to do anything alone, and it's canon. No one convinced you otherwise, not serious canon. Yeah. He's also basically asking you to go on weekend dates. Mm-hmm. Wait, what? What's this? Natsuki, where's your left hand going? Oh, you. Anyway. You always said, so you can't take it back now. Well, I suppose I have no choice but to accept that responsibility then. Uh-huh. I know a good ice cream place. Oh? That means you'll finally figure out my favorite ice cream flavor. Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, you don't remember? The first day that you came to the club, you guessed everyone's favorite ice cream flavor, but for me, you said you had no idea. Seriously? I don't remember that at all. Oh, wait, yes I do. I said it was probably green tea. Yuri shakes her head. It's a good guess. My favorite is usually to get chocolate and raspberry together. I come to think of it, I did see fan art in r/DDLC where Yuri was eating an ice cream sundae which looked like it might have been chocolate and raspberry. It might have been in response to this scene. Anyway. Oh yeah, these two are the only ones to make outside plans together. Yeah, good point. Chocolate and raspberry. How fancy. How is that fancy? No, I don't know. I feel like I should have guessed something like that. Well, maybe next time I'll try chocolate and strawberry. Hey, strawberry's my favorite. Yes, strawberry is one of Natsuki's words in the poem game. Mind you, so are vanilla and chocolate, which suggests Neapolitan ice cream. But what a coincidence. I think it helps to have something to look forward to. I still have the sick feeling in my stomach, but it's easier now to convince myself I did the right thing. Is there anything better I could be doing? Not that I know of. There's nothing that will make this easy for me. And you already did more than I thought anyone could. Aww. New ship named Chocolate Strawberry. That's funny. Kind of think of it, we never talked about the letter you wrote. But, yeah, you didn't. That's what I was wondering about. That's what I was expecting this to do. Oh well. I feel like we're way past that at this point. I don't even know what to talk about. Except that I think it helped me to understand my needs a little bit better. The way I like to be treated. And the kind of friends that I want to have. That's why I wanted to start coming here in the first place, even though I was so scared of causing more problems. I thought it was a coincidence that you ran into me here initially. Oh. Well, not exactly. What do you mean? Nothing. She deliberately sought her out. I may have tracked you down first, with the help of Sayori. How would Sayori know about this spot, though? I mean, I think Monica knew about it, or at least they spent a scene together here. I don't know. But you said I was shy, okay? I wasn't ready to, like, whatever. You know what I'm saying. Well, I guess I'm glad that you worked up the courage, even if it was in your own way. I can tell that you've been making a lot of difficult decisions. It's brave, and it will make things better in the long run. I think anyone would be proud of you for it. Anyone? she wants to hear her Yuri say she's proud. You mean like you? Yes. Look at that all plush. Like me. You know, I can get used to this. As long as you don't tease me too much. Fine. Just a little then. That's fine. I know how uncertain everything feels to you right now, but I really do think that good things are in store. Those are my honest feelings. Thanks. Sorry, that was supposed to be Yuri's voice there. Sorry. No, I know how uncertain everything feels to you right now, but I really do think that good things are in store. Those are my honest feelings. It makes a lot more sense for Yuri to be saying that in that context. Also, Monica and Saya don't appear in this one because one is confessing to the other and they're making weekend plans in this 37,654 page essay. Yeah. Monica told Saya, who then told Knots because they are close, which is on page 23,845. Yeah. After this, we check the side source. Okay. Yeah, well, this essay be available to the public because I want to read it. Yeah. It feels nice to be reassured. The two girls continue their conversation through the remainder of lunch. But a new feeling hangs in the air, a feeling of greater certainty in their path forward. In just a few hours, there will be another literature club meeting where the 4 club members will happily spend time together. Each of them, all with their own special qualities, have something unique that they can deliver to one another. Through friendship and literature, the club members will continue to grow and find new happiness together. Aww. That old friendship is magic message again. The end of each chapter is the start of the next, Yuri thinks to herself. Since she's about to finish her long-running series, it would be best to have a new book lined up. Perhaps this weekend would be a good time to visit the bookstore. Together. Aww. I'm just waiting for that. Ah, shucks. So there are new pictures. There's going to be the CG, of course. Oh yeah. I did a few runs of the game to get the other Act 2 poems. I recorded myself doing it in a separate video, and I figure I'll play that as part of the stream. There they are. Aww. Little smile. Yeah, so there's a together, yeah. So yeah, let me just Let's see if I can get this playing on as part of the stream. Oh wow, and yeah, Money Chan Dashing, I did see your message. Check the side stories again. I will do that shortly, but I just want to play this video first so you can see my first-hand reactions to the special poems and stuff. Let's see. Can I? Is this thing playing? What is this thing doing? This thing is really struggling. Is it playing? No, it's just a blank screen. What is this thing doing?
The streams I've been doing.
There you go. Whoa.
Go knock down the.
Okay.
The last Act 2 poems, the special poems. And I want to do a separate recording.
Okay, there's no video.
I'm going to pause the recording for most of it. I just wanted to, I don't know, for posterity, I guess. There.
Okay, this thing is not behaving the way it should. Don't you... Sorry, bear with me, technical difficulties. It's just getting a blank screen. This is disappointing. I'm trying to play it. Sorry, bear with me here.
The last Act 2 poems, the special.
Something like this. If I can just get the size of this right. Okay, let me see. Will this work?
Hello everyone, this is Tormuse. In the other corner, just because I wanted to differentiate this pre-recording from the streams I've been doing, I just want to go knock down the last Act 2 poems, the special poems, and I want to do a separate recording, and I'm gonna pause the recording for most of it. I just wanted to, I don't know, record for posterity, I guess. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Here's a special poem we haven't seen before, a joke. A man walked into a club. In the club, there was a girl who liked him very much. They spent some time together, and then she liked him even more. One day, the girl realized she was in love with him. Before disaster could happen, a third party intervened with her programming. Suddenly, the girl hated herself for being in love. This contradiction caused the script to derail. The universe started to collapse, but she killed herself just in time. Now, obviously, this is a reference to Sayori. Man walked into a... yeah, the girl in question here is obviously Sayori. The third party is Monica. Intervened with her programming, making her more depressed. The contradiction causes script to derail is interesting. Is that suggesting that the script broke before she killed herself, and then killing herself somehow corrected it? I thought it was the other way around. I thought that her killing herself was what broke the programming. Because that's when the crash occurs and it shows like error and trace back and all that. I don't know. Maybe this is Monica's interpretation or reinterpretation, or maybe she's deliberately misrepresenting it. Because I don't know. Presumably this was written by Monica. Like she's the only one who could have written it. I mean, in universe, obviously, meta explanation is that Dan Salvato wrote it, but in the context of the game, yeah, it's just curiosity, I guess. Oh, here we go. Here's another one. A dream. It's another one of these. I was wandering in an abandoned warehouse at night. I was lost, looking for an exit. I just wanted to go home. I came upon a huge empty room, its ceiling and walls beyond the deep blackness. My steps were quick in order to hurry to the other side, or to a wall, anything. Suddenly, the ground was no longer beneath my feet. I stepped into a hole of indeterminate width. I fell for a good 5 seconds before crashing into warm water. Figuring out which way was up, I surfaced myself. The air was humid, and the sounds of my splashing reverberated endlessly. My vision was completely swallowed by the dark. With one hand, I could feel the damp metal wall of the container. My lungs were already getting tired. I don't even know what this is. Is this some dream? Is this just some dream that Dan Salvato had? He just felt like throwing in there, or could this be some kind of allusion to the whole Project La Bettina business, that whole ARG thing? Either way, what could it mean? Abandoned warehouse at night. Just wanted to go home. Nothing but blackness. There was a reference in I think there was a reference in Yuri's Wheel poem, the second poem of Act 2, about have endless water in all directions. I mean, this isn't endless water in all directions. There's the narrator is in a container. They can feel the side of the container. So I don't know if that is any kind of connection there. My lungs were already getting tired. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. Yeah, moving on. Here we go. And there's another one. Poem is mostly blacked out, but you see the words or the letters spelling out N-O-T-H-I-N-G. Nothing. I-S. Nothing is R-E-A-L. Question mark. Nothing is real. Question mark. Nothing is real. And apparently, allegedly, it isn't actually completely blacked out. This is a message. If you turn the brightness up to maximum, you can see that there are words being spelled out there. I'm not going to do that right now, but I'm just aware of that because of the GT Live. The game theory video, I should say. GT Live is the streaming version of game theory, but that whole channel. Anyway, Pat gives a breakdown of it, and this is part of the ARG thing, alluding to some mysterious patient named Alyssa who's undergoing strange symptoms, and there's a report that seems to be a reference. There seems to be a communication. What? No. It just crash? What the heck? I didn't give it an error message or anything. It just suddenly went blank and crashed.
Is this worth even trying? I'm gonna try one more time. Just one last time, see if I can get this to run. Then I'm giving up on it. I did have thoughts about. I did find all those other poems, and I did have thoughts to share about them. It crashed as soon as I clicked on another window. Go knock down the last Act 2 poems, the special poems, and I want to do this as a separate recording. And I'm gonna pause the recording for most of it. I just wanted to, I don't know, record for posterity, I guess. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Here's a special poem we haven't seen before. A joke. A man walked into a club. In the club, there was a girl who liked him very much. They spent some time together, and then she liked him even more. One day, the girl realized she was in love with him. Before disaster could happen, a third... it's not even letting me... I'm trying to, pause it and stuff here. Undergoing strange symptoms, and there's a report that seems to be a reference... there seems to be a communication between doctors, which is... seems to be allusion to the whole human experiment prison thing from Portrait of Markov, maybe. That's all speculation. Nobody really knows. This is, it all seems to be part of the whole thing that that Dan Salvato planned to release in 2018, but which never actually happened. Who knows if it ever will actually get released? Oh well. Moving on. Okay, don't think I've seen this one yet in this playthrough. Today I cut my skin open for the first time. It was exhilarating. I think I understand how blank feels now. I'm supposed to be the responsible one, though, so I don't think I'll be doing it again, unless I decide to kill myself. I left a memento of the occasion below. And there's a smear of blood on it. Again, presumably this is Monica writing this. Somebody, I don't know, somewhere it's said that, if you turn the brightness up, you can see, it actually says Yuri blacked out here. So, I don't know, Monica, in a moment of, I don't know, despair or self-destructiveness, decided to cut herself to see what Yuri gets out of it. Interesting, she describes it as exhilarating. I honestly wonder, how much of that is Dan going for shock value, or does he self-harm? I wonder about that. I said before, I'll say again, I do not feel like he represented this whole subject of self-harm very well. I don't mind saying that. I mean, I suppose from Monica's perspective, maybe she's just so totally losing her grip on reality that seeing the fact that she can still bleed is exhilarating in its own way. Maybe it makes her feel more real. I don't know. But yeah, I'm supposed to be the responsible one. I guess that ties in with her whole perfectionist persona and wanting to be the leader and so on. And she's just sort of crumbling under the pressure of being the one that's responsible for everything, or that she feels she's responsible. I don't know, I guess she's got some weird push-pull thing of feeling like she needs to be in control but isn't in control. And yeah, it also talks about the fact like she's seriously considering killing herself. I mean, she already touches on that in Act 3, but get the feeling that she was considering that for a while. Anyway, moving on. Oh, here you go. Here's a new one. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts. And
Sari dying while smiling, and just blood on her hands, as Monica mentioned in the Act 3 thing. The only one who could have drawn this was Monica. I mean, she had to have done this like after Sayori died, right? Like, I guess she wanted to create some memento of the occasion or something. The phrase "happy thoughts." The only time the phrase "happy thoughts" gets used in the game is in Sayori's second poem, "The Bottles," where she's talking about happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, and shards all over the floor. I kind of get the, it's sort of a headcanon of mine, I guess you could say, that this is just some kind of mantra that she has. She just keeps repeating to herself whenever she's feeling depressed. She keeps trying to remind herself to think happy thoughts. I mean, if the reason I say Monica had to have drawn it is because, like, the bloody hands. Like, even if this is like, if this is something that Sayori drew, and she like maybe she made the news ahead of time and she was like thinking about it and, I don't know, fantasizing about it, or maybe Sayori drew this to remind herself not to do it, or just to, I don't know, to draw it in order to like get it out of her head, not to to coin a phrase. Just so that she can externalize that image that she has in her head without actually doing it, because she's trying to find reasons to not kill herself. But it's the bloody hands that for me give it away that no, this is Monica that drew this, because how would Sayori know about the bloody hands? I mean, unless Sayori drew it from somewhere beyond the grave, and like maybe she's somewhere in the code and somehow drew this from there. I don't know. Or I don't know, depending how deep in the meta you want to go in this. But yeah, like if it is Monica that drew it, though, it's kind of chilling in some ways that Monica knew to write happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, which makes me wonder if Sayori in her final moments was like saying that out loud because she was trying to keep happy thoughts in her head, and Monica was watching this happen and just pushing her to make it worse and worse. Like even as Sayori's trying to cheer herself up, Monica is actively pushing her to feel worse. And the fact that Monica would draw her with a smile on her face, what does that say? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I kind of already knew like Monica was like basically like losing her mind. She's but also, I don't know, she's trying to justify and rationalize everything she's doing. I think by the time she got to the point where she's laughing at Sayori dying, she was really trying to keep that mindset of they're not real, it doesn't matter. And I don't know where I'm going with this. But like, there's red under her eyes too. What does that mean? Is like crying tears of blood or something? That's another recurring theme. I mean, you got in Natsuki Root of Act 2, like Natsuki's crying tears of blood, and in the bit where Yuri's head gets big and then her eye pops, and there's lots of imagery of crying blood in this for some reason.
Is that just, again, is that just for shock value, or is it supposed to symbolize something? I don't know. Yeah, well, moving right along. Oh, hey. I might have just gotten the last one. Just by chance there. Okay. Yeah, so curiously, apparently there's still 2 poems to get. One of them is the Stare at the Dot poem, and it looks like it didn't count the Distorted Monaco one, curiously. So, I don't know what the other poem is then, because I just looked through my through the original game files for the vanilla version. Yeah, there are indeed 11 poems there, including the Distorted Monaco. So I don't know what the new 11th poem is. Maybe you'll find out. Here you go. Here's the Stare at the Dot poem to reveal a special message. Let's all stare at the dot together. Stare at it real close. I love you. Aww. I think this is just Team Salvato messing with us. Like, by this, if you've gotten to the point where you're seeing this message, you've probably already seen lots of horror stuff, so people will be expecting jump scares, especially after the, series suicide jump scare. So yeah, they're gonna be like, no way, not staring at that, no way. And then it has this sweet little message, aww. I guess I'll keep looking. Apparently there's supposed to be another poem, another special poem. I'll keep going, see where this goes. So, yeah, I've tried a few times at this. I've got all 11 poems, but it's still, like in the pictures section, in the secret section. Like, first of all, they're only spaced for 10, even though there's supposed to be 11. It doesn't show the Happy Thoughts, Happy Thoughts, Happy Thoughts poem here. It also doesn't show the Broken Up Monica one here. So, and I don't know. I kind of wonder, since I've already seen all 11 of the poems from the original game. Maybe this is something different. I mean, it's listed under secrets. Maybe there's some other secret. Maybe my efforts of restarting the game over and over are kind of futile. I don't know if I should keep trying if I'm not sure it's going to get anything. I also happen to notice that there's a new email here, so I kind of wonder if maybe this is okay, it's still progressing one day back at a time. I guess. Okay, I was kind of wondering if maybe this new email is going to give me a clue as to how to get the last secret there, but I don't know. I'll read it now, I guess. From Roteether, I think it's a new person. I made some new headway with VM2. Don't get too excited. It's still impossible to establish any kind of stable connection. So their goal is okay. But it occurred to me that I could at least run a memory dump through some pattern analysis routines to see if we can decipher any digital data from their VM. I didn't want to hog all the server time on a hunch, but I have some preliminary results that indicate the presence of binary computer systems. Based on this, I'm going to schedule 3 days of server time next week to isolate any chunks of memory that appear to be binary data. If successful, we'll definitely be able to find some encoded text and get our first tiny glimpses of VM2. Don't mind me though, just going nuts on VM1, and hopefully I'll have more to share soon. Roteether Systems Engineer. So what we got going on here? So I've made some... So our first tiny glimpse of VM2. So whatever's going on in Virtual Machine 2, they don't know what's going on. Like, even the people running the simulation don't know what's going on somehow for some reason. I've made some headway. Don't get excited. It's still impossible to establish any kind of stable connection. So they're for some reason they're really unable to see what's going on in there. Why would that be? Who knows? And what connection does this have with their experiments? I mean, why wouldn't they be able to see inside the machines? I mean, didn't they build them? And then, which raises questions, well, maybe they didn't build them. And what is the story behind these then? What maybe these came from somewhere else and they're studying them for some reason if they didn't build them? I'll redump through some pattern ascertain and see if we can decipher any digital data from their VM. Didn't want to hog all the server time on a hunch. Presence of binary computer systems. Well, I mean, I mean, generally, all computers ultimately store their information in a binary format. Like everything is ones and zeros. Each byte of data is a series of 8 bits, series of zeros and ones. Each bit can be either 0 or 1. Either there's current running through the circuit or there's not current running through the circuit. That's the basic function of computers. And back in the day, computers used to be huge until they discovered that silicon could be made into microchips, and then they became microscopic, so they could have millions of these little quartz in something microscopic. But yeah, as much as they have other base systems like octal or hexadecimal or whatever, at the very basic level, computers still function on a binary system, like all computers do. So the fact that he's saying indicate the presence of binary computer systems as though this is some revolutionary thing kind of makes me wonder if this is is this whole meta email thing, is this supposed to take place in some kind of far-flung future where binary systems don't exist? Like maybe they've moved beyond it and they have some kind of even more super advanced things, and it's maybe, and they we're some kind of alternate something where I don't know. Appear to be binary data, so to be able to find some encoded text and get our first time was the VM2. Just going nuts on VM1. Hopefully, I'll have more to share soon. Yeah, I don't know. Or maybe when we get more emails, we'll get more hints of what's that's all about. Data collected 92%. We're in the 90s now. Whoop. Here, yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll make 1 or 2 more passes at the running through the game. We'll see if there are any other poems, and then I'm going to give up on this. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so I just finished running through the game a few more times. I didn't uncover anything new. I think that last secret, this thing just won't come out. I think that last one, I don't know, you probably have to find it somewhere else. I don't know, maybe when I start playing around the files, I'll find other stuff. So, yeah, this is going way out of sync now. It's, oh yeah, sorry, it's me, the future self. Hey, future Tormuse, how's it going? Yeah, we've gone way out of sync. You're looking the wrong way. Over there, right. The webcam flips the image. It's a bit confusing. Yeah, this kind of ruined the joke, so they're going out of sync like this. Or maybe going the wrong way makes the joke better. Huh? Did you think of that? Of course I thought of it. Your side of the conversation is pre-recorded. Yeah, fair enough. Anyway, I guess that's enough out of me here. Until next time, I guess. Yeah. Okay. That didn't go quite the way I intended. Oh well. I intended to have some kind of meta joke at the end of that video where I'm talking to myself, but all the technical difficulties just it didn't work out. Oh well. Spoilers for the meta stuff. Oh, is someone giving spoilers in the comments there? Yeah, don't spoil anything. Yeah, if you're talking about what VM2 is, don't because I don't know about that yet. I'm just catching up reading the chat here. Special poem for Yuri and Sayori. Yeah, I could prefer to either one of them really. Dream poem means Sayori's experience while she's hanging. Lungs already getting tired? Maybe. Jokes manga talking about Sayori's suicide, not literally about the universal collapse. It's a moment of her resolve wavering, almost giving up before losing her moral anchor, Seiyo. Yeah. Could be. Wavering resolve being because she realizes how much she's hurting her best friend in her quest, but not acting to fix things before it was too late. Yeah. Yeah, there could be some real regret about her impending suicide, and right before Sayori actually did it. And yes, and apparently the ghost menu screen is one of those. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do some more grinding. I'll do that off camera. Just because something inside her head like her poem before the festival. If Monica drew happy thoughts, it might be a way of coping too. If you interpret it as Seiyo's death breaking or pushing her off the deep end. Yeah, I can see that. Thoughts is a line in bottles. Yeah, Get Out of My Head doesn't reference bottles. It doesn't, but I mean, I think it's sort of the same thing. I mean, it's part of Sayori's decline. Maybe she bottles her bad thoughts in bottles. Could be. I mean, she explicitly has happy thoughts in the bottles in her poem, but I don't know. It could be a metaphor for more than one thing. This is your poems that goes through an area. Seems closing and opening. Yeah. I'm gonna do that later. Opening and closing it. So I'm not reading the comment about the VM2 thing. Susan Mongard for getting all the secret poems is so gorgeous. It reminds me of the art style used by one of the official Fire Emblemers. Okay. Cool. Something to look forward to. Cool. Okay. So, oh darn! I just noticed that the time is 2:44. I was gonna try moving the clock back to 2:40 and see if I can do the thing here. But before I do that, I might as well look at all these other things. What's all this? Did I look at these before? I think I did. Row Teether. Row on VM2, everyone else on VM1 for data collection. So yeah, Row Teether was the guy in that email I just said. He's the one whose task it was to try to break into VM2, which they couldn't for some reason. So all the focuses on, there were references to 5 different virtual machines, but it looks like all their focus is on 2 of them in particular for some reason. Okay. And there were a bunch of files in here. I want to take a look at these. Oh, yeah. I will check the side story. Maybe I should do that first. Is there another? Equals. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm going to check that out in just a moment. I'm going to use the washroom first. I'll be right back. Oh, yeah. Oh, crap. Where was that? I closed my BRB message because everything is so slow. I need a better computer. The next time I upgrade my computer, I need to spend some money. Is this thing gonna come up? Why is this so slow? Sorry, technical difficulties again. There you go. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, and I'm back. And yeah, I don't know. I'm debating whether I want to put on equals first, or if I want to mess around with the files first, because I kind of feel like phrase cursed to be skipped over on this stream, so it seems. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I kind of want to have. I might want to look at the files first because that way I'll know that I have something to look forward to. Whereas if I watch equals first, I don't know if I'm going to have anything to look forward to here if I don't actually figure anything out. Do any of these? Oh, okay. Maybe. Okay, maybe can't open any of these. Oh, all right. I guess the tower keys thing was the only thing that is openable. Equals first thing that flows much better? Oh, okay. Okay, so yeah, tower keys is the only one that's openable. Key pair 2 boat, key pair 3 spaceship, key pair 4 question marks. Axis keys found so far from tower rotation. Yeah, what is... Gear, boat, spaceship. Those feel like they're references to Yuri's second Act 2 poem. Anyway, here we go. Let's go into equals. Actually, let me just take my sweater off. Hold on. I kept it on to differentiate future me from past me during the my attempt at a little meta thing at the end of my video. It didn't really. It went out of sync at the end, which kind of ruined what I was going for. But oh well. Hey, new music. Okay, everyone. We're going to be taking a break from the usual activities today. I was thinking, since people are starting to talk about the festival, it's a good time for us to go over the general direction of the club and all that. So this is interesting, because this time she's talking about a festival without MC present. I think it'll help us figure out what to do for the festival, you know? Oh, Sarah and I already came up with a really good plan. Oh, really? Really? For the festival? Why is it stammering there? Oh, I just realized that I have the music cranked up here. Reference to the old computer game Myst? Oh, really? Never played through that. Which, I don't know. I feel like I should have. Like, it's a classic adventure game, and I was really into to adventure games. Adventure games that predated Myst. Like Space Quest and so on, back in the day. Anyway, this is another neat remix of things here. Anyway, yeah, so the plan is this, okay? You and Yuri collect information ahead of time on which clubs and classes are doing food booths. Then we take a map and plan the most efficient route, so we can get to most of them before the lines get too long. Oh, that's that's hilarious. They're planning out how to get the most food, not what the literature club's doing for the festival. Hey, that has nothing to do with the club. Well, you have to let me finish. All right, fine, go ahead. Right, so basically, we get all the food we can, then we come back here, and we all eat together. That's all. Wow, I got tricked twice by the same joke. Oh, don't be a hater. It's not like you can come up with anything better. Look, even Yuri was thinking about it. No, I wasn't. I would really prefer to do something literature related. We can eat together anytime. The festival is a unique opportunity. Besides, it's been quite a while since we've seen any new interest in the club. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. We really get a shot at showing people what the literature club is all about. I'll tell you what, we can do both, right? We'll make time for your food mission and still put together a public event. Oh my gosh, yes. I was just joking, but that's a really good idea. Well, I'm glad that's settled. I think the question is how to come up with an event that demonstrates everything you get out of the literature club. Well, that's kind of tough because everyone gets something different out of the club. Okay, how about this? Let's go around and have each of us talk about what we've gotten out of the club so far. Hey, neat. This will be a nice thing to wrap everything up. That could really help us figure out what kind of reputation we want to build. Yeah, and that's too embarrassing. Aw, but you'd have so much to talk about. That's exactly why. Oh, Yuri, never change. And I'm sure Natsuki feels the same way. Well, maybe. I didn't plan on arguing against it or anything. I mean, it's a literature club. We talk about that stuff together, right? And the only way to get more comfortable with it is to suck it up and do it. Oh, you're not wrong. I'm sorry for being resistant. It's not good to say suck it up because it sounds like their feelings don't matter. Right, my bad. It's just a habit I need to break. Well, anyway, who's gonna start? I'll start. I was the first to join after all. Wouldn't that be me? No, I might go first. Fine, you can start, I don't mind. Yay! So, gosh, it feels like so long ago. I think I joined because I wanted to have fun sharing poems with people. Just Sari's theme. This dynamic of the club being great friends. Yeah, it's sweet. It seemed like it would be a safe way to express myself. You know, like if it's just a poem, then I can share it without feeling like I'm burdening everyone with my problems. And I thought it would be a really good way to get to know other people too. So yeah, I was really surprised when I walked in and it was just Monica. There's the just Monica line again. And she was sleeping. Don't remind me of that. Oh gosh. Yeah, but it seemed like so much fun to help start a new club, especially since writing helped me so much. I wanted to see it help other people too. But it ended up being me who was inspired, because I remember feeling like Monica was just so sweet and mature and that I could trust her with anything. It made me feel a lot less alone, having someone who knew even the bad things about me. And at that point, I knew the literature club was going to be special for a lot of people. And yeah, I felt the same way. It really helped give the club a more cohesive vision. Yeah, and then Yuri joined, but she was so different from us, and Natsuki too. I think for Yuri, it really helped for me to take the lead before she was able to open up a little. But Natsuki was kind of the opposite, where she wasn't ready to get really close to someone really quickly. I never really thought about that sort of thing. I really feel like I've gotten better at understanding people's different needs. And that makes me really happy, because my friends are just the most important thing to me. And whatever new members we get, I want to help them in those ways too. I don't know if I would have continued coming to the club if it weren't for you. Aw. Really? Mm-hmm. I know it wasn't too long ago, but... And here's Yuri's theme. But it hurts to think about my behavior back then. I was really short-sighted. Her friends in other ways, yeah. When you take in the context of the original game, Sari's praise for Monica is actually really sad. Yeah. I mean, yeah. You really do need to take this as, like, alternate universe kind of thing. It's, these side stories are like the club as how it should have been, how it could have been, if not for all the tampering. Which, I mean, it kind of makes it sound like those people who are doing the experiments with the virtual machines, allegedly they're using this as their control group for their experiments, so they know what the normal the simulation is supposed to look like. And they're deliberately making it worse. Anyway. Moving on. I was really short-sighted. The only reason I came was to find others who were into fantasy. I suppose that was my idea of making friends with people. And I remember feeling uncomfortable because you and I have such different energy. I had such a specific idea of the kind of person I could be friends with, so when Sari tried so hard to get to know me, I felt like I was just wasting her time. I think I was naive to assume that similar interests were the key component of friendship. That's the overall message of this thing, isn't it? Chemistry Cat says, I mean, Sari and Monica are the only close friends in the club in the base game. The Epiphany ruined that, not Monica being herself. The Epiphany makes everyone act awfully, yeah. Sari and I were able to be friends because she always thinks about the needs of other people. That's something I never knew how to do, or even thought to do. But I stayed in the club thanks to that, and I started trying as hard as I could to understand people better. He really went above and beyond when it came to that. I was just super impressed. Well, I always hated that I didn't know how to behave like a person who was easily liked by others, like the two of you can, and because of that, I spent so much time thinking about my own behavior and all the wrong things I said. But the whole time, I should have been thinking about other people instead, not myself. Once I started doing that, I was able to make friends with everyone else. I was gonna wonder if she was about to say with Natsuki. Oh, also, I discovered that sometimes I'm a better communicator when I take the time to write, rather than speak. It's so strange the way things turned out. It's so far different from anything I ever would have expected. But I'm happy. Aww. I suppose we don't always know what we really need. Oh my gosh, you're so cute that I'm going to throw up. What? Sari bulimic confirmed? Sorry, did I say that out loud? I mean, I actually, it's not a huge secret. It's gonna find out in the first scene of my mod, but in Turquoise, my Psionica-based mod, I am actually gonna write Sayori as bulimic, like, because I mean, she eats all the time and has body image issues. Like, her uniform doesn't fit anymore. She thinks of herself as fat, and she probably wants to get rid of all that food. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have brought that up, but it's curious line from her. Side story is also a powerful antithesis to Monica's conclusion the base game happiness can be found in the Leisure Club. It just requires that everyone in the club has the same awareness. It requires that they need to be equals, if you will. Yeah? Makes sense? Yeah, it does make the original game kind of extra sad. I mean, it was already sad, but you know. Anyway, moving on. Sayori, you're so cute that I'm going to throw up. Okay, please don't do that, Sayori. Besides, I'm not cute. Hey, that's Natsuki's line. Hey, isn't that my line? Oh, well, for me, it's actually true. Oh. Shots fired. You're saying it's not actually true for Natsuki? Wait, Yuri just said that she found Natsuki cute. Natsuri confirmed. What are you saying? Nothing. I finished my part, so somebody else take their turn. My heart. Sayori, take some deep breaths. Okay, fine, I'll go. Yuri, I can't believe you're complaining about doing this and still went before me. What a show off. I was just following up on Sayori. It was the easiest way to get it over with. I complain about Yuri's statement being false if not for Yuri suddenly calling Natsuki cute. Yeah, exactly. Besides, you left out the most important thing that you get out of this club. I did? Yeah, a regular supply of your favorite cupcakes. Oh no, I forgot that too. I'm a traitor to the Cupcake Queen. Neither of you are forgiven. Looks like only Monica will be getting cupcakes for next time. No! Sayori ships Natsuri confirmed, exactly. I mean, Sayori shipping Natsuri is implied in the original game in Act 4. It's suggested that Sayori's changes were what caused them to get together right away. That's what, hence Sayori's comment, oh, this is so cute, before MC tells her to shut up and all that. So you can't call her. Anyway, moving on. I can't eat that many cupcakes. Yeah, true. Only Yuri can. Hey. Well, anyway, I'm just putting off talking. It's kind of hard to talk about this stuff, but I guess what it comes down to is that I'm in a much better place mentally than I was when I first joined. And that's because everyone helped me realize that I had some really toxic friendships going on outside the club. It was honestly a really painful thing to go through, having to cut them out. It still hurts to think about. I'm sorry, Natsuki. It's fine. I knew it was for the best, and I was right. As a series saying a ship has sailed after Natsuki and Yuri's fight also supports she ships Natsuri. It's just the thing she does. Yeah. There you go. Moving on. I guess for me, it's all about feelings. I was only ever ridiculed for having feelings, so I thought the right thing to do was to just ignore them. And it took me a really long time to realize that it's not really how things are supposed to work. And I guess that's thanks to everyone who took the time to respect my feelings, even when I was being like the biggest jerk. This whole interaction is so cute, and Corky brings a big old smile to my face. All of these side stories bring a big old smile to my face, honestly. Like, and it's like I said, like I said before, like this whole franchise has come full circle. Like I came for the horror, I stayed for the meta, but this cute little moe stuff is just kind of it makes my heart smile here. It's just so sweet and adorable and sweet. Yeah. As much as I can't help putting angst into all of my own work, and I do still like value having happy endings and stuff, and yeah. Anyway, moving on. I was going to make a comment about what Natsuki just said. Yeah. Yeah, like, basically, I mean, the whole, Natsuki's whole thing from the beginning is that she has trouble expressing her feelings and just comes back with hostile or sarcastic jibes and instead of admitting how she feels about things. So, like, so yeah, like, finally, and finally, yeah, because she, and that's how she is, because that's how her friends are. Like, they react with sarcastic and scornful jibes if she expresses how she feels about anything. So she just keeps herself really guarded. Yeah, I mean, there could also be influence from her father, you know, from her home life in contributing to that sort of thing. But these side stories didn't seem to want to go there. Which reminds me, they also just apparently they decided not to go there in terms of like Yuri's self-harm habit too. So yeah, we never really dealt with that. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. I guess that's saying thanks to everyone who took time to respect my feelings, even as being like the biggest jerk. I'm really sorry for being such a jerk to everyone. I really was the worst. Natsuki's voice chokes a little. We love you, Natsuki. I hate that I was like that. Everyone did so much for me, and I could never do anything in return. And that's not true. Natsuki, you've done a lot more than you think. This club really wouldn't have been the same without you, I mean that. Remember how judgmental I was when you first showed up? It was like I couldn't accept anything other than my own idea of what a literature club was supposed to be. Apparently that was more important to me than the opportunity to bring you some happiness. You really taught me that anything that makes someone happy is worthy of respect. You even inspired me to start playing piano. That's something that means a whole lot to me. So, there's no need to put yourself down. Okay. Listening side stories is better written than base DDLC, which is honestly incredible. Yeah, no, I agree. Well, it's incredible achievement in the sense that DDLC already had the power to bring everyone in and bring this fandom into existence and still have an enduring pull after all these years. But at the same time, Dan's had a few years to think about things and figure some things out. So it's not a huge surprise to me that there are a lot of aspects about it that are better written. And more than that, oh, hey. Welcome, Slender. Yeah, we already finished the self-love side story featuring Yuri and Natsuki, and there's an extra bonus side story featuring all four of them. And they're giving a recap of everything. Excuse me. Poor girl, she puts herself down way too hard, and you understand why because of her environment, but it's still really sad. Yeah, poor Natsuki. But anyway, as I was saying, yeah, like I get the definite feeling. Maybe I should save these thoughts for the end, but whatever. I'll save it now because it's on my mind. I get the definite feeling that Dan wanted to have an overall positive and uplifting message, and he wanted to genuinely help people, you know? I think he saw that he has a platform where he has the power to help people and talk through these things and work these things out. Not just mental health issues, but navigating social situations, even difficult social situations. I mean, like, it starts on with a really heavy note where Sari admits, you know, she says she doesn't say that she's suicidal. She says she wants to die, which isn't exactly the same thing, but pretty close. But you know, like, navigating how to interact with someone who's in that state of depression and still maintain friendships while not having it change, you know? Like that's, you know, like that's a difficult tightrope to walk, you know? And Dan's really doing that. Like, it's because that's something that, like, base DDLC, like, it deals with, it deals with how it feels to be depressed, but it basically does nothing to deal with, like, how you deal with it, how you interact with it, and it actually demonstrably shows a really bad way of dealing with it. And I just get the feeling that Dan wanted to use his platform for something positive and show that here, there's a better way. You can turn this into a positive thing with, you know, positive interactions with friends. Yeah, you know, we're rambling again. So if you haven't seen stuff up, you have to watch it later. It goes as far as possible to canonize necessary while still being, quote, up to interpretation, unquote. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it would be cool if Dan had the courage to go there, but I guess he doesn't want to alienate certain members of the fandom. Sadly. Oh well. Anyway, moving on. Okay, Natsuki wipes her eyes. You help me a lot too. It's so much fun to have you around. And you help me become a better person. Having a problem doesn't make you needy or inconvenient. It means that there's something that needs to be better for you. And you always deserve that. I agree. Seeing us have some of the same struggles made me a better person as well. I wouldn't want to change anything about our time here. I don't think any of us would. Hey, Devil's here. We're into the last side story, I think. I mean, we finished Self-Love, which featuring Yuri and Natsuki, and now there's an extra side story opened up after that called Equals. So it seems to be all four of them together. Anyway, I'm sorry I got all dramatic again. That's all I wanted to say, so Mom can go now. There's no need to apologize. It was something I wanted to talk about anyway, because it made a big difference for me. I was always such a strict perfectionist. You never took enough time to believe in the best of other people. There's Maka's theme, the piano. Seeing a noticeable amount of main sub posters deny any of the ship teasing and side stories because it's, quote, not canon, unquote, makes me agree on that point. Yeah. It's ship teasing. Yeah, that's another way of putting it. I use the word queer baiting, but it is some kind of teasing, no matter how you look at it. You can tell like Dan is doing it on purpose. It would, like, I think it would be cool for the LGBT plus community to have it acknowledged, but acknowledged as canon. But I don't know. It's just the way society in general seems to operate. I mean, society generally assumes everyone is heterosexual unless proven otherwise or something, and so acknowledging characters in a mainstream piece of media, I mean, DDLC isn't exactly mainstream, but it's semi-popular at least. Acknowledging that two characters are in the same-sex relationship is going against that, going against the grain of what society assumes is the default, and it creates waves just by existing, you know. I think Dan, just like so many other content creators, like everywhere, wants to play it safe, and you know, yeah, as you say, leave it up to interpretation. You know, Reddit would pitch a fit if Dan actually confirmed it. Yeah, exactly. I guess he doesn't want to start that kind of conflict, which... 29 subscribers now? Oh, hey, nifty. Anyway, moving on. I was always such a strict perfectionist who never took enough time to believe in the best of other people, but everyone kept proving me wrong. I made the mistake multiple times thinking that my way was the best for everyone, or thinking that I was needed to solve other people's problems. But I think being a leader means that you have to acknowledge that you're not perfect, and that the best thing you can do is to help guide people rather than to do everything for them. We're all good people. We're all equals. I think that's the most important thing I've gotten out of the club, realizing what that really means. Siri, what are you doing? I just thought that we should be writing some of these things down. Yes, you can. All I'm going to say is the only official art of Monty not looking at the camera. She's looking at Sayo and looking very flustered, not to mention the Valentine's 2019 art, putting Nat and Yuri together. Yeah. Yeah. There do certainly seem to be a lot of indicators that that he ships them. It's, yeah, but nothing explicit. Anyway, moving on. We should be writing some of these things down. Things about the club that are valuable to us. With a piece of chalk in her hand, Sayori writes the word trust on the chalkboard. This is because you show me that I could trust you with everything about me, not just my good side. Yeah. Suddenly, Yuri takes a piece of chalk as well. She writes understanding. I owe a lot of gratitude to everyone who took the time to understand me, even though it was so difficult for me to express myself. In that case, Monica takes a piece of chalk as well and writes the word respect. I always thought I was a respectful person, but it took the club for me to realize that there was more to it than I thought, and I'm a better person because of it. Yeah, it is possible to be disrespectful without meaning to, or without even realizing it. It's possible to hurt people without meaning to and without realizing it. That's a tough lesson to learn. And it can take some self-reflection to realize that, oh crap, that behavior that I thought was not hurtful actually was hurtful or disrespectful or whatever. Anyway, moving on. I have another one. Sari writes balance. Sometimes people want different things out of a friendship, or they need time before they're ready to become close. So it's important to keep things balanced between you and the other person. That reminds me. Yuri writes reflection. I've always been a reflective person, but most of it has been nothing more than hating myself for all the things that I thought I did wrong. Yeah, right now the title of the side starts. Once I started reflecting on other people, not just myself, a lot of things changed for me, and presumably Natsuki's about to write self-love. So I think that's the most important one for me. And that's great. We have a whole list of things now. Suddenly everyone turns to look at Natsuki. Well, everyone took all the chalk. Don't look at me like that. Jeez. You could have just asked. Monica hands her a piece of hands her a piece of chalk to Natsuki. Okay. Then Natsuki sighs and writes self-love. I don't know how far I've gotten with it yet, but it feels like things are at least on the right track. So that's my contribution. Together, everyone stares at the words on the board. Wasn't this club supposed to be about literature? It is. We still do a lot of literature. Friendship and literature. Ah, yeah, you're right. Friendship and literature. Natsuki and Yuri gently nod as well. Gently nod, like, reluctantly, like, oh, I thought we were more than friends. Hey, let's all take a picture together. Aw. We don't have one yet, right? Hey, you're right. Make sure you send it to me after. Wait, can I brush my hair first, or something? Oh, you're fine. You already have the best hair out of all of us. Natsuki complimenting Yuri's appearance and Yuri getting all bashful. Everyone get together. I can't fit you all in. Okay. Okay. Okay, everyone. Ready? And click. We're gonna get another CG? Oh, okay. I was sure there was a CG about to pop up there. I'm really glad we talked about this stuff. It's easy to forget how far we've come with only 4 members. If this doesn't end with a group hug, this has to end with a group hug, right? Yeah, I have so many happy thoughts right now. There's happy thoughts again. I'm getting some really good inspiration for a poem. You know, I feel the same way. I kind of want to get some writing done. Me too. I think I would like that as well. Natsuki. Everyone's looking at me again. I'll do it too. I might not feel like sharing it. That's okay. The 4 members of the literature club disperse and return to their desks, each equipping themselves with a pen. Natsuki and Yuri give each other a quick glance, then start writing immediately. Sayori stretches, then does the same. But Monica is left tapping her pen against the paper, unsure of where to start. Natsuki and Yuri are now having a compliment war arms race with Sayori and Monica. Love that for them. Yeah, it's cute. Just move your hand, Monica mouths to herself. Right the way into your heart. Her mind full of thoughts, memories, and inspiration, Monica navigates past her mental barriers and begins to write. Ooh, the music stopped. Doesn't matter what, just that it's something new. Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. Oh, hey. Teehee? CJ plus key art satchel and yeah. Yeah, it's actually still pretty involved in artwork, like promotional artwork and stuff. You know, he's brought some other artists in. What's this close-up of Monica? Yep, come on, you have to pan over and show Natsuki too. Ah. Oh, there she is. Yeah, there's beautiful artwork in here. Aww. Thank you, dear player, for enjoying our story of friendship and literature. Aww. Made with Love by Team Salvato. Aww. Yuri's hair clip's in the wrong side again. Oh well. Achievement unlocked. Friendship and literature. Don't suppose there's any more. Aww. It's so sweet, I'm gonna cry. Everyone say cheese. And then there's one more. Okay, now everyone make a funny face. Just making a mustache for herself. Like making kissy faces. You're serious sticking your tongue out. That's adorable. Oh, hey. Fireworks run by Sachi to celebrate Monica's birthday in 2019. Acquisition procedure, finish all the side stories. There you go. There's still 4 more promo pictures to unlock. And like all the wallpapers are unlocked, all the poems are, all the CGs. All secrets except for one, which I'm told that's the ghost menu poem. Okay, so we're 2.5 hours into the stream. Let's see, grabbing Monica's arm in the photo. Oh. Mm-hmm. Kind of like maybe check out the gallery unlocks and the guest songs that don't play in side stories and do part 50 for meta stuff, unless you want to wrap things up tonight. Yeah, I was kind of going back and forth in my head. Should I wrap things up or should I? It's probably better all around if I just end the stream now, and maybe I'll do one more stream where I go for the meta stuff. I don't know how much meta stuff there is, so it might end up being a really short stream. Seriously, little blep is so cute. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, gosh darn it. There's just, I don't know, the sides are just so, like, almost unbearably sweet. Like, there's still a bit of angst in there, like there's conflict between people in there, but like everything works out. Like it shows that through, you know, trust and communication and all that, like they're able to work things out, and even through all the conflict, they're able to you know, to set aside their differences, even though they are all very different people. And it's just, yeah, I don't know. It's just so sweet. It's weird to think that I got into this for the horror, but I'm sticking around for the super saccharine sweet stuff. But I'm sure once I get into the meta stuff and dig through the files, we're probably going to go back to existential horror and stuff. So that's something to look forward to. Yay! Main promos are very specific things you do. I always put them unless you want to know what to do. We'll check the 2 at the bottom. Okay. Yeah, that's what I figured. I played through a few of these off camera. I don't know if I'll actually play them on stream, but anyway, I think that is enough for today.